points. The Nasdaq up 73. Alcoa shares more than 9% higher after it inked a $1 billion deal with Airbus to supply airplane parts. Twitter shares up 7% after officially naming Jack Dorsey CEO, the second time he's had that title. After the bell, an earnings and revenue miss from the Container Store. Ellen Kullman, chair and CEO of Dow Component DuPont, announcing she's stepping down the end of next week and that the company is lowering its full-year earnings outlook, blaming a strong U.S. dollar. Shares, though, higher in late trading. And General Mills recalling nearly 2 million boxes of regular and Honey Nut Cheerios that are labeled as gluten-free but actually contain wheat. I'm Tom Busby, CNBC.
A message from DAV to all returning veterans. Thank you. Thank you for doing your duty. Thank you for doing our bidding. Thank you for laying it all on the line. Thank you for stepping up and not backing down. Thank you for putting your future on hold to put our enemies on notice. Thank you for putting your buddies' lives ahead of your own. Thank you for putting yourself in harm's way. Thank you for defending our freedom, for displaying your honor, for being a hero, even though you don't want to be called one. For all this and more, DAV thanks you, and we're here to help you. Expert DAV advisors will make sure you get the health, disability, and financial benefits you were promised and earned. If you're a veteran, visit DAV.org for free help. And again, thank you.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Good afternoon. It's 3:03. I'm Di Rice with the only live local news here in the Inland Empire on Kcaa 1050 AM. Rialto police are the latest to use lethal force to subdue an armed individual threatening violence. An ex-con sought on probation on violation drew a knife when he was confronted by police outside an apartment Friday night. Police identified the dead man as 26-year-old gang member who was on probation for a prior assault. Officers had responded to the Linden Avenue apartment after the suspect and his girlfriend had reported the incident of domestic violence. It was the Inland Empire's 9th fatal officer-involved shooting this year. And San Bernardino Community College Chancellor Bruce Barron has offered reassurances that active shooter policies and procedures are in place at Valley College and Crafton Hills College. Making reference to the community college mass shooting in Roseburg, Oregon, Barron said all members of our campus communities go through regular crisis situation trainings, and videos of those trainings are available on the district website. Our emergency operations procedures are also on the site at sbccd.org, Barron said. The senseless tragedy in Oregon serves to remind us that we must take extra care to be alert and to be safe. Inland Empire weather, some clouds remaining out there. Chance of rain diminishing down to about 40% overnight, leaving us with lows of about 58. We are at 71 degrees currently in San Bernardino. Checking out your drive, there is an accident in the left lane of the 15 southbound right at the 215, and that's due to a crash. Traffic is backed up from the 138. And other than that, you've got the normal stop and go on the 210 west in pockets from Ayala Street to Archibald, and then the east is slow and stretches from Campus Avenue to Ayala. That's in San Bernardino. Stop and go on the 91 between Green River and the 71. That is the very latest with news, weather, and traffic on the station that leaves no listener behind, KCAA 1050 AM.
KCAA 1050 AM and 106.5 FM proudly announces our Inland Empire Ad Club's nomination of KCAA as Station of the Year for 2015. KCAA serving the greater San Bernardino Riverside area.
Welcome to Foster, and now here's your host, Dr. Anissa McNeil.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Foster Radio Show. I'm Dr. Anissa McNeil. Today, we are going to explore a question that I was asked by quite a few foster youth as I've traveled through Southern California. And the main question that I get is, Dr. McNeil, can you please tell me what resources are out there for us? If I need help with a lot of things, could you please tell me where to go? So on today's show, we're going to answer that question. What resources are out there and where can you go? I'm so very pleased to have a guest in our studio today from Together We Rise. Good afternoon. Can you introduce yourself to the listeners?
Hi, I'm April. I'm from Together We Rise.
Hold on. Cannot hear April.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm April from Together We Rise.
Is her mic on?
This is April from Together We Rise. Yes. April, we're so glad to have you in the studio with us today. Thank you so much. Why is it important that we discuss resources or where you could go? If you are a foster youth and you are with us here in Southern California, as our steady listeners are aware, if you're listening for the first time, I want to tell you who will we touch by talking about this topic? There are 27,000 foster youth in Southern California, just in LA County. If I were to add up all of the youth that are in Riverside, Orange, San Bernardino, and LA County, we're looking at closer to roughly about 33,000 foster youth in that area. So when you say, Dr. McNeil, if you talk about the resources and services, who will we touch? This station and this topic has the ability to impact about 33,000 young lives here in our community. And so I wanted to have an opportunity to discuss this wonderful organization and talk about some of the services and resources they provide to foster youth. You say, Dr. McNeil, why are the services so important? Because this is what we know to be true here in the state of California. In the state of California, 50% of our foster youth graduate from high school. In addition to that, we know that 50% of them will become homeless after they leave the foster care system. The sad truth about the statistics that we know so far is not only will they become homeless, but many of them will become incarcerated. So we want to provide information, resources, services so that we can fight against those types of statistics and be able to help and improve the lives of foster youth. So without further ado, could you please let our listeners know who is Together We Rise? How did you guys get started?
Yeah, so Together We Rise, it's a nonprofit organization dedicated to transforming the way you...
Okay, so Together We Rise is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to transforming the way youth navigate and experience the foster care system in America. The organization is comprised of interns, volunteers, and a very small staff. You heard my voice instead of April, and let's see if April's mic is working. April, are you with us now?
Hello?
I think our audience can hear you. So,
right.
April, in your own words, can you tell us who is Together We Rise?
Yeah, so we're a nonprofit organization. We're dedicated to transforming the way the youth navigate through the foster care system. So we cater to all ages, and we're comprised of mostly interns, volunteers all across the nation, and a very small staff at our headquarters in Brea, California.
Wonderful. When and where were you founded?
So we were founded in 2008 by Danny, who's our founder. He started this organization in college. He found out his young nephew was living out of a car. So he decided to, explore, push him to foster care because he thought it was better. And in his research, he found out, kids are being transported with their things in a trash bag. And, it wasn't necessarily the best option comparing to the fact that he lived in a car. So he decided to create his own organization with a group of his friends in college to kind of change those things, these things that people don't necessarily notice.
So what were some of the things that your founder found? Here he is sitting in college, and I do believe he went to my alma mater, Cal State University, Fullerton. So all of you Cal State graduates out there, I had the pleasure of graduating from Cal State University, Los Angeles, and then from Cal State Fullerton. So while he's sitting there at Cal State Fullerton, please tell us, what were some of the things that he saw? I know he advocates and states that the kids were moving in trash bags. What else was happening?
They were moving in trash bags. He just realized that there weren't a lot of necessary resources for them in terms of, giving them a sense of independence, responsibility, all that kind of things. And a lot of the time he realized that kids in foster care they're often invisible, so people forget about them. And he wanted to give them a sense of positivity, not necessarily having their time in foster care be a good experience, not necessarily something traumatic.
Wonderful, wonderful. I can definitely relate to the statement that there's a sense of invisibility. Today I had the experience of going to pick up one of my foster youth that called me this morning and simply stated, "Dr. McNeil, I'm homeless." And as I was driving to pick up this particular foster youth, I thought, here he is, as I approached him, here he is standing on one of our street corners. No one knows that he is a foster youth. No one knows that he has lost his way and he is now homeless. And as we go on in our lives, we drive down streets, we make phone calls, we go to the grocery store. You never know the atrocity. You never know the challenges that foster youth are facing, and they are active and viable members of our community. And it was just so very present to me today as I'm driving down the street, picking up a young foster youth that is now homeless. And I thought to myself, no one else in this community knows what this young person is going through. Wow. That is such a feeling of being left alone. And I thought, if this were happening to anyone else, your family would know. Maybe even your cousins or aunt or even your extended family would know that you were struggling, and you would not be standing here on a corner by yourself.
Right.
And so often we hear that, "Oh, I'm out here on my own. I'm out here by myself, Dr. McNeil." And so that sense of invisibility is very strong and prevalent in our community. So wonderful. Can you tell me, who are some of the major, I understand that you said that you all are a nonprofit organization. Who are some of the major donors that help you live up to your vision and mission?
Yeah, we're sponsored by JetBlue. So, they help us travel across the nation and spread out our resources. Toyota, Kind Bars, Hubert's Lemonade, Community Foundation, and Edison and Safe Flight.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So that is wonderful that you all have so many corporate sponsors to help you serve the foster youth in our community. If you are a foster youth and you want to get in contact with Together We Rise, can you tell them how would they get in contact with you?
Yeah, so if you wanted to reach out to us, we have our website at www.togetherwerise.org. We also have our Facebook, which is facebook.com/togetherwerise, and our Instagram as well, Together We Rise.
Wonderful. And what's your office number?
It is 714-784-6760.
Wonderful. Again, I have April here in the studio with me from Together We Rise. If you want to call in, if you want to find out information, please call in. Our toll-free number is 888-909-1050, or locally you can call us at 909-888-5222. This is Dr. Anissa McNeil, and you're listening to Foster to Foster Radio.
on education. Join us November 14th for Casino Night, benefiting the 2016 Unstoppable Awards for Foster Youth. The event will be held at Mamie Kling Library and Museum at 4130 Overland Avenue in Culver City, California from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. To purchase your tickets, go to our website at www.edworks4u.org. Again, www.edworks4u.org. Be sure to make your reservations by November 6th.
Education Works Consulting Firm Incorporated now offers foster youth education services. We serve as court-appointed education rights holders to help close the achievement gap for foster youth. We collaborate and connect with other foster youth agencies and services within our community. We provide education trainings and workshops. Please contact our office at 213-634-0044 or visit our website at www.edworks4u.org. Contact us at Education Works Consulting Firm Incorporated, 213-634-0044. Visit us on the web at www.edworks4u.org. Glamour Gowns and Suit Up Committee cordially invites you to the 4th annual Day at the Races, Sunday, October 25th at 12 noon at Santa Anita Race Park. Please come and join us for fun activities, games, and to benefit foster youth that need prom dresses and suits. Our 4th annual Day at the Races will be held on Sunday, October 25th at noon at the Santa Anita Park. Please come out and join the Glamour Gown and Suit Up Committee. For your tickets, please visit CCAALA.org. We look forward to seeing you at the Day of the Races on October 25th. Let's head back to Foster with your host, Dr. Anissa McNeil. You're listening to Foster Radio Show, and I'm Dr. Anissa McNeil. I want to announce to you a very special announcement. On October 19th, we will be having a listening party. So if you're listening to this radio station right now, I want you to know that if you call in to the radio station on October 19th, we're going to give away prizes. So you want to listen in, you want to tune in, we're going to give away things like Universal Studios. We're going to give away gift cards and gift certificates. That's right here on Foster Radio Show. We're having a radio promotion on October 19th. We want to jump right back into our conversation with April, who's joining us here today in studio from Together We Rise. Can you tell us, April, what are some of the services and programs you have at Together We Rise?
Yeah, so our main program, which is really popular, is our Sweet Case program. So as children enter the foster care system, they're given a couple trash bags to carry their stuff from home to home. So we started this program to kind of alleviate that and take away the negative stigma from carrying a trash bag during this traumatic time in their life. So we give them a duffel bag. It's essentially like a care package. So in that duffel bag is a blanket, coloring books, crayons, a stuffed animal, and a hygiene kit. You know, just little things that they can call their own, give them a sense of comfort. And we have our donors put together these sweet cases and decorate them and kind of personalize them so that these foster children know that somebody out there cares for them.
Wonderful. What has been some of the reaction that you guys have gotten back from foster youth in regards to your sweet cases?
They love it. Some of them even send us, cute little pictures of them opening them. And just the other day, we had this cute video of this little girl opening it, and everything she took out of the bag, she was like, a blanket, a stuffed animal. And some foster parents even, they sent us these little pictures and told us these little stories about, their little foster child, falling asleep with a bear and taking the blanket everywhere with them because it's something that's theirs, that they can take with them wherever they want to go.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. So tell us a little bit more about your program and services.
We have our Build a Bike program as well. So that one, we provide foster youth with a form of transportation and a sense of independence and responsibility. And a lot of the times, when they turn 16, they're not typically going to get a car from their parents. They're not going to have a sense of transportation other than public transportation. So we want to give them another alternative. So we provide them with bikes to teach them how to ride a bike. Oftentimes these typical youth experiences go overlooked just because they transfer from home to home, and a lot of parents forget, hey, somebody might have taught them how to ride a bike. So that's what that program is. And then it gives them a bike also, like say if they were in college, how they get from class to class, from their college to their job. That's where the bike comes in.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Can you talk a little bit? I know that you all just had a launching of a very special program. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this is our first year. It's our pilot year of our scholarship program. We're giving away a big scholarship to 10 youth this year, and it's tuition. It covers their tuition, it covers their book, their transport, anything that they need for college for 5 years. This year we've already picked our scholars, but we're going to start looking for our next batch of students next year. It's called the Family Fellowship Program. So ideally, it's not just the lump sum of money that they're going to get to provide them with everything that they need for college, but during the holidays when they have nowhere to go, Thanksgiving, we don't want them just stuck in their dorm room by themselves while their friends are with their family. We give them the opportunity, to form a family within themselves. So during the holidays, we're going to fly them out to one of our locations where they can spend the holidays together, just like a family.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. So that's your new scholarship program. And can you tell us about your sports?
So we have our sports programs as well. People are allowed to fundraise. Say if a college student or any foster youth for that matter, has a special interest in like sports. We had a kid who really wanted to do karate, so we had our donors fundraise for that, just to provide them, the fees for the uniform, admission to the school, that sort of thing.
So let me understand a little bit, April. So this young foster child is in foster care. The foster parent, the group home administrator, they can't provide a karate uniform?
A lot of the times they don't. Sometimes they don't even have transportation to go to their karate class. It's not something that, that they're required to do. So, not all parents do it. But, who are you to say no to a kid that wants to take karate class, What if that's his passion?
Can you imagine? Wow. If a young person wanted to attend karate, that we are raising funds so that they can attend karate and have transportation. And I always pose the question, can we do better? Can we do better within the foster care system so that if a young person who resides in your house, they live with you, and they want to go to karate, is there any way that we can make that happen? I know that as a community, as a country, as a nation, I know that we can do better. And can you imagine what that feels like for the foster youth when you want to go to karate, but now you need someone else to raise money for you and to get you there? You may walk away feeling like you're not even a part of the house that you live in.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like a lot of the times they often feel like they're just a roommate in the house, Sometimes foster parents can't even take them, to a bus meeting spot. Just this past couple of weeks we took 200 kids to Disneyland.
Louder.
We took 200 kids to Disneyland, and these were young kids who have never been to Disneyland for that matter. We have bus meeting spots, and, oftentimes some foster parents, say, I can't take my kid to the bus drop-off point. It's just a bus drop-off point, and what's that memorable moment for them to go to Disneyland? They don't often get to do that.
Wow, that's awesome. And I would just say, my quintessential phrase to that is, I know we can do better. Yeah. I know we can do better as a country, as a nation, and especially as a community. This is our community, and we can do better. Well, let's get to know a little bit more. Now you have these wonderful programs and services. So how many people do you service there at Together We Rise?
We operate all our programs nationwide, our suitcase one being our most popular one. So we ship them out all the materials. We have our donors assemble these things and donate them to their local foster agencies. So we have a really broad reach.
Wonderful. And so how many suitcases do you all put together in a year?
Our goal this year was 10,000, but we are way over that already.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So 10,000 suitcases. How many bikes do you build a bike? How many bikes do you guys provide?
We provide a ton of bikes. This whole year, this month actually, we've surpassed our goal as well. We have some big companies who are just doing bikes instead of suitcases. Translate that into bikes, that's... it's over 100 bikes.
Over 100
Yes.
bikes a month. So that's at least 1,200 bikes out of the year. That's awesome. That's very awesome. So if you are a foster youth and you need a bike would help you go from your job to school or school to home. Or if you're a foster youth and a bike would help you go to a karate class or to a sporting practice, please contact Together We Rise at
www.togetherwerise.org.
And your phone number?
It is 714-784-6760.
Wonderful. If you're a foster youth out there and you don't have a duffel bag to move your items in, you can also contact Together We Rise so that you can be provided with a sweet bag. They'd like to do that for you. Again, this is Dr. Anissa McNeil, and you're listening to Foster to Foster Radio Show. We'll be right back. Glamour Gowns and Suit Up Committee cordially invites you to the 4th annual Day at the Races, Sunday, October 25th at 12 noon at Santa Anita Race Park. Please come and join us for fun activities, games, and to benefit foster youth that need prom dresses and suits. Our 4th annual Day at the Races will be held on Sunday, October 25th at noon at the Santa Anita Park. Please come out and join the Glamour Gown and Suit Up Committee. For your tickets, please visit CCAALA.org. We look forward to seeing you at the Day of the Races on October 25th.
Betting on education. Join us November 14th for Casino Night, benefiting the 2016 Unstoppable Awards for Foster Youth. The event will be held at Mamie Kling Library and Museum at 4130 Overland Avenue in Culver City, California from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. To purchase your tickets, go to our website at www.edworks4u.org. Again, www.edworks4u.org. Be sure to make your reservations by November 6th.
Education Works Consulting Firm Incorporated now offers foster youth education services. We serve as court-appointed education rights holders to help close the achievement gap for foster youth. We collaborate and connect with other foster youth agencies and services within our community. We provide education trainings and workshops. Please contact our office at 213-634-0044 or visit our website at www.edworks4u.org. Contact us at Education Works Consulting Firm Incorporated, 213-634-0044. Visit us on the web at www.edworks4u.org. Jumping into Foster to Foster with your host, Dr. Anissa McNeil. We're back, and we're going to jump right back into our conversation. You provide so many services there at Together We Rise, and you are able to impact, it sounds like, about 15,000 foster youth every year. Can you tell us a little bit, how can the community get involved? How can we help?
Yeah, we have fundraisers that allow, regular people like us to make a difference in a foster foster child's life without, necessarily having to be a foster parent. We have our fundraisers, so this is available for all of our programs, our Sweet Case program, our scholarship program, our Build a Bike program, our sports program. They can host their own fundraiser, and we have our own fundraiser website online that you can customize, let people know why you're doing this, why this is special to you, set a deadline, and set your goal amount. And then from there, you can get, your community involved, your friends involved, and donate to your cause. And then there you'll see your donors. And from there, you can set your event date and assemble all these bikes or assemble the Sweet Cases and donate them to your local foster care. If that's, we've had some people who donate their birthday. So instead of receiving birthday gifts, they create a fundraiser page and say, hey, instead of giving me gifts, can you donate to my fundraiser page and help these foster youth?
Wonderful. That's awesome. So if I'm in the community and I'm listening to Foster radio show right now, and I would love to volunteer, but I don't have the time. Can you tell me, if I wanted to give a Sweet Case, how much money could I donate to that?
Yeah, so each Sweet Case goes for $25. If you wanted to do your fundraiser, it ranges from anywhere from $25 to $30 for companies. We do our Build-A-Bikes, so our bikes start from anywhere to $60 to $70, and you can just simply donate if you don't want to commit to that.
Wonderful. Awesome. So I understand that you all also have interns in your office. Can you tell us a little bit, who are your interns and what are their backgrounds a little bit?
So we have two sets of interns, actually. So we have our national interns who are kind of our on-the-base Army kind of thing. So they go to any college all across the nation, and they're kind of like our feet on the ground, basically raising awareness in their area. So I want to say that we have at least one intern in every state, any college, and they host these fundraisers similar to like what regular people can do to raise awareness, and we give them assignments just to get them more aware of the foster care system, and we send them to events in their nearby area. Our office interns, however, they're the ones who kind of are the glue to everything. They help make all these programs happen. So they're helping package all these Sweet Cases and send them out to our donors. They're helping us with regular office operations, making sure that every voice that reaches out to us gets heard. So they're the ones responding to you on Facebook. They're the ones who's sending out these mugs that we just did as a promo. So they're involved in every aspect of our company.
Well, that's awesome. And so if you volunteer, tell us, what are the roles and duties of some of the volunteers in your office?
Yeah, so a lot of our volunteers, we ask for volunteers for our events mainly. So they can sign up on our website, www.togetheryoureyes.org, and they're allowed to, participate in our special events. So I mentioned the Disneyland one earlier, where we took 200 kids to Disneyland. That wasn't all our staff. Those were mainly volunteers who helped. They were chaperoning the kids, taking them on rides, forming special bonds with them that they can remember. And at the end of the night, they're practically like best friends. They don't want to, part ways. And our other events, so this Christmas we are taking, kids shopping. And this is where volunteers can get involved and, take kids shopping, give them, kind of be like their human calculator. We give them a bunch of money, and they're basically like the human calculator, letting them know how much money they have left to spend on whatever they want.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I know the power of being a volunteer. I've been a volunteer for foster youth for so many years. And I can tell you one of the most frequent comments that I get from a young person is, oh my God, Dr. McNeil, I can't believe you're just going to volunteer? You just come because you want to come here for me?
Yeah.
No, you must get paid. And I say, no, I don't get paid. I'm a volunteer. What volunteers do is we choose where we want to donate our time, and we donate our time. And I have to tell you that in all my years of volunteering with foster youth, I can always see their eyes light up at the simple fact that I chose to give my time to make sure that their lives were better. So if you're out there and you have a little bit of time, or you're interested in going to Disneyland and helping them navigate the happiest place on earth, or wow, I think I can give a little bit of time and escort a young person, a young foster youth, to a mall or wherever they want to go shopping and kind of oversee their shopping adventure. I can do that. If you would like to donate your time and become a volunteer, I can assuredly say to you that this will be one of the best things that you do. You will really enjoy yourself. So if you're interested in volunteering, here's the website and the phone number that you can call. You can reach them at
www.togetheryoureyes.org, and our office number is 714-784-6760.
Okay, because we need community involvement in order for them to be able to reach these 12,000 foster youth around our community and in our country. They need your time and your hands. So thank you so much for that. That's awesome about how our community can get involved. I am Dr. Anissa McNeil, and you are listening to Foster to Foster Radio Show. Glamour Gowns and Suit Up Committee cordially invites you to the 4th annual Day at the Races, Sunday, October 25th at 12 noon at Santa Anita Race Park. Please come and join us for fun activities, games, and to benefit foster youth that need prom dresses and suits. Our 4th annual Day at the Races will be held on Sunday, October 25th at noon at the Santa Anita Park. Please come out and join the Glamour Gown and Suit Up Committee. For your tickets, please visit Kcaa.la.org. We look forward to seeing you at the Day of the Races on October 25th.
Betting on education. Join us November 14th for Casino Night, benefiting the 2016 Unstoppable Awards for Foster Youth. The event will be held at Mamie Kling Library and Museum at 4130 Overland Avenue in Culver City, California from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. To purchase your tickets, go to our website at www.edworks4u.org. Again, www.edworks4u.org. Be sure to make your reservations by November 6th.
Education Works Consulting Firm Incorporated now offers foster youth education services. We serve as court-appointed education rights holders to help close the achievement gap for foster youth. We collaborate and connect with other foster youth agencies and services within our community. We provide education trainings and workshops. Please contact our office at 213-634-0044 or visit our website at www.edworks4u.org. Contact us at Education Works Consulting Firm Incorporated, 213-634-0044. Visit us on the web at www.edworks4u.org. Here's Foster to Foster with your host, Dr. Anissa McNeil. Hi, we're right back to Foster Radio Show. And in the studio today, we have April from Together We Rise. April, you and I were just talking about this wonderful trip that you all took to Disneyland. And when we were off air, you shared this beautiful story with me. Can you tell our listeners about your experience at Disneyland?
Yeah, so this is my second year doing Disneyland. My first year, actually, it actually really broke my heart. I was in charge of planning the limos. And so, it's like a regular, just planning an event for a limo and everything. It's not that big of a deal to me, but at the end of the night, when I was walking the kids back to the bus, they all came and gave me a group hug, and it was totally spontaneous. And they were saying how it was the best night of their life and that they've never ridden in a limo before. They've never been to Disneyland before, and it's the best thing ever. And then this year, the moment that stole my heart away was I sat next to this little boy, and he asked me, why am I sitting next to him? And I said, because I'm your friend for the day. I'm going to take you around, and I'm going to be your friend today. And he said, are you going to be my real friend? And I said, yes, of course I'm going to be your real friend. And he said, why? I said, because who doesn't need a friend? Who doesn't need somebody to care for them? And he asked so many questions, and I know in his brain he's just thinking, why is this person out there? Why do they care about me? And that's just a sad question that they're asking themselves. I mean, why wouldn't you care? They're so adorable. It breaks my heart.
Right, and that's awesome to know. And I think you bring up a very good point of, can you imagine a young person sitting at Disneyland and having an adult want to take them, escort them around and make sure that they have fun and they have a really good time? And the one question that's going through this person's mind is, why do you care? Why are you sitting next to me?
Yeah.
And that's why we need volunteers. So if you're out there and you have any spare time, if you're here in Southern California in our community, if you have time to put together sweet bags, or you can build a bike, or you can simply donate, we need our community to get involved. Can you imagine if you are a parent, or you're an aunt, a cousin, a niece, a nephew, if you have family members, can you imagine your family member just wondering, why do you care about me? Why would you donate your time to come and sit next to me and show me around Disneyland? We can do better. We can volunteer our times. We can help foster youth so that they do not feel alone in the world. That's an awesome story, and I thank you for sharing it with the listeners. Yeah. And listeners, I know if you're listening to that story, you felt what I felt, like, wow, we can do this. We can work together to make sure that we improve and impact the lives of foster youth in a very positive way. And so on that note, I would like for you to tell us a little bit about some of your upcoming events.
So our next upcoming event is going to be coming this winter. So we have our shopping trip, our annual shopping trip. We did it last year as well. We take about 100 kids shopping on a shopping spree. It's kind of like their Christmas present. So, we give them, $100 to spend at the store. Last year it was Active. So we took them to Active and we let them roam around the store with a chaperone. Their chaperone was basically like their human calculator, letting them know how much money they have. And we let them get whatever they want. I mean, a lot of the times they don't get to just get whatever they want. Their foster parents tell them, say, hey, you need this or you need that. But this is $100 for them to spend on whatever they want, whether it's shoes, whether it's a skateboard, whether it's socks, who knows, whatever they want.
Yeah, and I know the power of that. Every year, I'm a part of a committee, and we provide glamour gowns and at the LA Convention Center. And one of the number one things that we have so many foster youth, we provide gowns, prom dresses to about 300 young ladies. And this year we were able to provide suits and tuxedos to about 200 young men. And one of the number one things that we hear is, do I really get to choose what dress I want? I can choose any dress that I want. And I go, yeah, what is your favorite color? What dress do you want? Well, I want to choose this. Well, and just their faces light up, just the actual idea that I can walk into somewhere and I can choose what I want versus what I need or what you said I can get. It's just simply powerful for these young people, and I know that that's a great experience for them. So again, if you have time, if you want to be a part of this grand shopping spree that Together We Rise are putting on for about 100 foster youth in our community, please go to their website and give them a call at
www.togetherwerise.org, and our office phone number is 714-784-6760.
When you talk to volunteers or you talk to individuals that donate to Together We Rise, can you tell us a little bit about how do they feel? Why did they state that they wanted to donate to Together We Rise?
Yeah, a lot of the times they don't know what goes on in the foster care system. All these issues, they're kind of, it's not necessarily something that's on the news all the time or something that's mentioned a lot. So they don't know. And when they choose to volunteer, it's just volunteering their time. So I love when they volunteer just because they don't necessarily know, they're just thinking, okay, I'm just going to volunteer for the day. So some volunteers, they volunteer at Disneyland for the first time and they don't know what to expect. But by the end of the night, they're practically inseparable with the child that they're able to partner with, and they form a bond. Last year, we had some of our sponsors even go as far as adopting or trying to adopt some of the kids in their group because they were just so touched. Some of them even, went so far to reach out to us and say, hey, can you find me these kids that were in my group because I have Christmas presents for them. So that relationship definitely carries on.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what are some of the stories from your donors? Like if, April, I really like this organization. I like what you guys do. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to volunteer, but I like to donate. What are some of the things that you hear from some of your donors?
Yeah, so I came across this one kind of last year too. I had this lady, so she wanted to do a fundraiser, and she's saying, hey, I'm going to do this fundraiser. Can you send me all these promo material and, give me more information so I could pitch it to my company? And she ended up raising about $3,000, $4,000 from her company alone. She wasn't able to do, she just wanted to simply fundraise and raise awareness. And, I guess it was a cause that was close to her heart. So she wanted to get other people on board as well.
So wonderful. So if you are interested in foster youth and you say, Dr. McNeil, I don't have time to volunteer, one way that you can get involved and help impact their lives is to get involved in donating and having others donate to Together We Rise. Can we talk about a little bit? I know that your founder, Danny, founded this organization because of his nephew that was living in a car. Mm-hmm. Can we talk about some of the young people that have come to Together We Rise, and how has working with your organization changed their lives?
Yeah, we had this girl come in a couple months ago. She was just telling us about her experience moving into her dorm. So she said that, unfortunately, this is before she kind of heard of us. So she said that it was really important. She went to Harvard. So she's a really smart girl, and she had, she said that she was smart. She had good grades, and a lot of the time people think that, when you're smart and you have good grades, you don't need anything. So they wouldn't necessarily ask her. And it's not like she has, a sign saying that I'm a foster youth kind of thing. So people don't know. And she was moving into her dorm, and her roommate, I guess, was moving in too, and she saw that her roommate had their family there, helping them move and helping them get settled into the dorm. And she said it would be really helpful, if somebody was there for her to, just be there, not necessarily just to help her move stuff, but just to be like, that family type of person where you could share that experience with. She had to run to Target, and it was kind of an issue for her because she didn't have anybody to give her a ride to Target, to get last minute toiletries, stuff like that, to get you settled into your apartment. And it just broke my heart. And so that's where our scholarship program comes in as well. We want to be that person there for them when they're moving into their dorm. You want to be able to provide them, with brand new laptops, that sort of thing, to help them make their transition easier, because we know that there are those people there for them to, be that kind of guiding hand.
Yeah. And I definitely, listeners, that I understand that, because in our own company we do the Unstoppable Awards and the Unstoppable Angels, and our angels fly with our students, our awardees, to college, and we move them in, and we're there on campus with them. And so that is so powerful. It really speaks to them not being alone. They are not alone when they go off to college. They're not alone in the community. They are not alone to decipher or find out how this world works all by themselves. So that's very powerful work. So if you care to get involved with Together We Rise, you can contact them at
www.togetherwerise.org, and our office number is 714-784-6760.
I'm Dr. McNeil. You're listening to Foster to Foster Radio Show, and we'll be right back. Education Works Consulting Firm Incorporated now offers foster youth education services. We serve as court-appointed education rights holders to help close the achievement gap for foster youth. We collaborate and connect with other foster youth agencies and services within our community. We provide education trainings and workshops. Please contact our office at 213-634-0044 or visit our website at www.edworks4u.org. Contact us at Education Works Consulting Firm Incorporated, 213-634-0044. Visit us on the web at www.edworks4u.org. Glamour Gowns and Suit Up Committee cordially invites you to the 4th annual Day at the Races, Sunday, October 25th at 12 noon at Santa Anita Race Park. Please come and join us for fun activities, games, and to benefit foster youth that need prom dresses and suits. Our 4th annual Day at the Races will be held on Sunday, October 25th at noon at the Santa Anita Park. Please come out and join the Glamour Gown and Suit Up Committee. For your tickets, please visit Kcaa.org. We look forward to seeing you at the Day of the Races on October 25th.
Betting on education. Join us November 14th for Casino Night benefiting the 2016 Unstoppable Awards for Foster Youth. The event will be held at Mamie Kling Library and Museum at 4130 Overland Avenue in Culver City, California from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. To purchase your tickets, go to our website at www.edworks4u.org. Again, www.edworks4u.org. Be sure to make your reservations by November 6th.
Here's Foster to Foster with your host, Dr. Anissa McNeil. Hi, we're back again. And as we're talking about this wonderful organization, Together We Rise, I'm wondering, April, what made you get involved?
So I'm not necessarily foster youth, but my parents are divorced. Growing up with divorced parents is hard enough. I couldn't imagine much more having to move from home to home every so often. I don't know how. These kids are resilient. I couldn't do it just with separated parents and having to travel from home to home. And I kind of wanted to, I think family dynamic is so important. So I kind of wanted to help with that and give them that important building blocks, to succeed in life and not necessarily, have them struggle. Fortunately enough, I do have a family, but if I could be somebody's family, that would be, just be their support system and help them get through. That's why I come in.
Wonderful. That's awesome. Can you tell us how long does an intern, because you're an intern there at Together We Rise, correct?
No, I'm actually the executive assistant there.
Oh,
yes.
Wonderful. So you're a part of the staff.
Yes.
Awesome.
I am.
So can you tell us, how long do interns stay there in the office?
Yeah, so the typical internship period ranges from 10 weeks, like a typical semester, quarter type of thing. A lot of these kids do it for experience or just to raise awareness, or sometimes they do it even for college credit. A lot of times schools give them college credit for, interning with us and getting that experience.
Wonderful, wonderful. Together We Rise is such a wonderful organization, and I'm so pleased to have you with me today in the studio. I cannot say enough, April. Thank you so much for coming. We're going to turn and talk about, just for a short moment, I want to announce to our listeners that if you're listening to Foster radio show, if you are in Queens, New York, if you are in Far Rockaway, New York, I will be coming to your city, and we will help you fill out your high school applications there. Education Works, our foster youth education programs, is coming to Far Rockaway, New York. If you're in Far Rockaway, New York, if you're in Queens, or if you want help to fill out your college applications, please go on my website, look for our location, and join us on October the 16th there in Far Rockaway, New York. And I just wanted to put that information out there. Why is that important to us? Because we know that education is one of the essential tools that will help foster youth change their lives. How do we know this? Because a mere 50% of foster youth graduate from high school in the state of California. And if you can only imagine what type of job you will have if you do not have a high school education, and I'm not just speaking from theory alone. I'm currently working with April, a foster youth that did not graduate from high school. And he had to have someone else complete his job application to work at one of the local chain restaurants. And while he was there, they gave him instructions of what to do. And with the inability to read the instructions of what to do, he had to ask somebody, hey man, can you show me how to do this? If you show me, I won't forget. But please don't ask me to read it. So if you're a foster youth out there and you think, oh, Dr. McNeil, people keep talking to me about education, going to school. Right now, it may seem like a hiccup or a headache to you. It may seem like a little bit more than what you can do. But I would beg you, I would ask you to please stick with your education. I would beg you and ask you to please ask everyone to teach you the most that you can learn. Don't take the easy way out. Don't do just the bare minimum, because one day you're going to want to know all that you can learn so you can make all the money that you want to make. I don't want to sound like I'm ranting and raving, not at all. I want to help you. I really do want to help you improve your life. And so that's one of the reasons why we are headed to Far Rockaway, New York, to help these foster youth be able to complete their high school applications and be able to go to the high school that they really would like to go to. And we're partnering with some of our partners there in New York to make this happen. So we're very excited about that. We're very excited to offer resources and tools. If you want to know more about that project there in Far Rockaway, New York, please don't hesitate to call my office. Our office number is 213-634-0044, or you can look us up on the web. We're at www.edworks4u.org. Not only, April, are we going to head out to New York next week, but just this week on Wednesday, for all of my foster youth that are located in Sacramento, Stockton, and San Francisco, hey y'all, I'm headed up there on Wednesday. I will be attending a graduation ceremony for foster youth that have a previous criminal record. Yes, I'm talking to you too, my darlings. You are up there in Stockton, California, and I am headed to where you are and to help celebrate your graduation and to talk to you and to get to know you a little bit better. So thank you so much. So if you are in San Francisco, Stockton, and Sacramento, I will see you on Wednesday. And not only will I get a chance, April, to see them on Wednesday, this is so exciting to be able to travel around and talk to foster youth all over our country, but I have the privilege and the opportunity of going to one of our local detention centers. I will be providing a speech on this Thursday at Los Padrinos Detention Center for Youth. And there I'm talking about bullying and the impact of bullying and what that does. And I'm so excited to go because what we know from the research is that about 23% of foster youth will become incarcerated or are incarcerated at some time. So I'm excited to go there. I'm excited to bring this information to them on Thursday and to talk to them and just simply tell them my story and how we can behave in a way so that bullying is not a part of what we do. It is, and how we can energize and activate ourselves so that we can be our number one helper. So I believe in the philosophy of Together We Rise, because together we can do this. My name is Dr. Anissa McNeil, and this is Foster to Foster Radio Show. Be sure to catch me in San Francisco, Sacramento, or if you're in Stockton, and at Los Padrinos. And I'll also see you in New York. Thank you for listening, and tune in next week. This is Dr. Anissa McNeil. Education Works Consulting Firm Incorporated now offers foster youth education services. We serve as court-appointed education rights holders to help close the achievement gap for foster youth. We collaborate and connect with other foster youth agencies and services within our community. We provide education trainings and workshops. Please contact our office at 213-634-0044 or visit our website at www.edworks4u.org. Contact us at Education Works Consulting Firm, Incorporated, 213-634-0044. Visit us on the web at www.edworks4u.org.
KCAA invites you to support our very own Relationships 2.0 host, Michelle Skeen, in raising funds for the Ronald McDonald House Charities in the 38th Annual Chicago Marathon, October 11th. Every year, RMHC and its local chapters give more than 7 million children the strength to persevere as they run their own marathons, fighting illness and injury throughout months, sometimes years. Michelle will be running in the marathon, and if you would like to join her in becoming a Team RMHC runner, please go to the RMHC homepage or simply Google RMHC, Ronald McDonald House Charities. You can also help by contributing in fundraising efforts or by becoming part of the year-round sponsorship of Ronald McDonald House Charities. For more information about RMHC, visit rmhc.org. And remember to give your support to KCAA's Relationships 2.0 host, Michelle Skeen, as she runs the 38th Annual Chicago Marathon in support of Ronald McDonald House Charities.
If you don't know what it's all about, Dr. Jolly will tell you on What's It All About, Wednesday afternoons at 3 on KCAA 1050 AM.
This is KCAA Loma Linda, the station that leaves no listener behind. CNBC News is next, a courtesy of buysellmakeoffer.com, where you can post a video about items you have for sale.
CNBC Radio. It's happened again, another hacking. This time, customer credit and debit card numbers were stolen at 7 Trump hotels, stretching from New York to Hawaii. Hackers got access to the payment systems at front desks, gift shops, and hotel restaurants over the past year. On Wall Street today, another big rally in stocks, with investors betting that the Fed won't be raising rates anytime soon after that